Hi, I'm Robin Forster with FeelSoAlive and FeelSoAlive Informed. And our guest today is Kathy Hicks. And Kathy, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi, great. Glad to be here.
Excellent, thanks. Well, we really appreciate you being here. And I'm sure that folks, when they see this on the replay, will be fascinated by your lifestyle and what you're doing for work and for your side gig. But before we get into that, because I have some questions to ask you, oh, and I'll be looking down now and then because I have my notes, so want to make sure we cover everything. So I just wanted to say a little bit about you, Kathy, for everyone else who's watching who doesn't know you yet, that you graduated from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo as a civil engineer.
Yeah,
Little unusual for women, so really glad that you did that. And that was in 89, so male dominated world, right?
there were 10 in my graduating class of about 100. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
10 out of 100, 10%.
Yeah, that's not bad considering the time.
Yeah,
And what I thought was kind of fun was that you were saying that after 15 years of being an engineer, you realized that you wanted to be more active in helping others achieve their health and fitness goals. And so you became a personal trainer and a corrective exercise specialist.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're still doing your day job, which is a civil engineer, right?
I am. Yeah,
Okay, and then you've got this side hustle, which is your passion project, right?
that's right. Yeah, that's my fun time.
Okay, well, it's gonna be fun to hear more about that from you. Oh, and then you've taken it online, which sounds normal for this day and age, and it's
Yeah,
called Fit Life Blueprint, and that you have 5 kids. You've been married for 30 years,
yeah,
and you have a set of twins, and your husband is one of a set of twins.
that is correct. It seems to run in the family down the line.
That's neat, but twins are kind of a handful, right?
They were definitely a handful. They are awesome now. They're 24, they're almost 25. So, they're great. But yeah, when they were little, oh boy, I was a tired mama.
I imagine. Well, so tonight, what we're going to be talking about is I have 3 questions for you. And the first one is tell us a little bit about yourself, aside from what we talked about in your bio, so that folks will know a little bit more about you.
Yeah, well, I was actually born in Texas, but my family kind of moved all over. And I ended up with my dad out in North Carolina, and I went to high school there. And as I was deciding what to become, I wanted to be a musician, but dad didn't think that would really pay my bills. So I took his advice and I changed my major 4 times, landed on civil engineering. It took me 6 years and 4 different schools to graduate. So I get something in my head, I don't stop. And I ended up at Cal Poly. I spent 3 years down there. And after I graduated, I got a job. I got several jobs, and I kind of realized it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. And I've always been real active and always been working out everywhere I've gone. And
Uh-huh.
so as I was doing that, I realized, this is kind of my passion. I feel so happy when I'm at the gym. I feel happy when I'm leaving. I think I feel happier as I leave, but having that feeling. And after I had the twins, well, we had kids. And when I had the twins, I started having health issues. And I developed Graves' disease. I ended up having hip issues and back issues. You can imagine carrying around, big 7-pound babies. So that's really what pushed me into the personal training. And I started studying anatomy and wanted to figure out how to fix myself. And I discovered corrective exercise. I didn't even know that existed. And then I added a few exercise modalities that fit with corrective exercise, like Pilates, and another modality called yamana, which releases stress and tension from your body. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, how I got to where I'm at now. So still doing engineering and doing the personal training and teaching group classes. So
Oh, Yeah, but that's fascinating. And I know that so many people are thinking about having a side gig and they're not really sure what to do or how to get started. So that's pretty exciting that that's very possible because you're doing it and it's fun and you're not totally pulling out your hair, so it must be working.
Well, I mean, you're seeing me on a good day.
Well,
Some
that's true for all of
days,
us.
yeah,
Exactly.
some days are better than others. There's always
Well,
a project, there's always a client, so it's good. It's a balancing act, though.
yeah. Yeah, that's neat to hear. I agree with the balancing act, and it's funny. What I've been reading lately is that it's not the kind of balancing act that we think of with the scales and trying to balance. It's more of like what is the priority now, and that moves up to the list, and then that shifts, and then something else. Like you were saying, your 30th wedding anniversary is coming up.
Yep.
So obviously something special is going to happen. You're going to spend some time together, so that's going to rise as a priority.
Exactly. And I have a teenage daughter, and that, she's got a job now, and so we're all trying to juggle all of these pieces in the puzzle. And my business, everything moved home, a year ago. It's almost exactly a year that I left my engineering I created a home office. So that's shifted everything to where now I never leave my house. It's very strange. So, and that's okay, but it was a big change.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's part of why I thought it would be fun for us to chat because, the whole world, except for those who were essential workers, ended up having to go home
yeah,
and not go outside, basically. But we're sidetracking a little bit, but it's pleasant sidetracking. I think it's really helpful.
rabbit trail.
Exactly. So I think that you've done a pretty good job telling us how you got drawn into this, into both your civil engineering and fitness, and how has it benefited others?
Well, the engineering has, I have clients. I feel like I'm not really changing their lives, but working with a client today, coming up with, he's working on a big compost site. So I'm coming up with places to put the ponds that need to happen on the site. So he's very happy with what I'm doing. And so that makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. I'm really using the brain that I have developed over the years. And then with the personal training, I mean, this as well, Robin, when somebody comes back to you and says, my numbers, all of my cholesterol numbers, everything's in the green now. And my doctor's so happy with me and he's asking me what I'm doing. And I get to say, I'm working with you, that makes that is the reason why I do this, is to see people's bodies work better and nutrition, everything working together, and they can pick up their grandkids now and be more active and hike and be active as they age. And that's really why I do what I do.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So, in the couple minutes that we have left, what is the gift that you want to give to the world? Whether it's an exercise or a meditation, a tip or a tool, what's something that people can walk away from our chat and implement in their lives?
I think the biggest thing is just loving what you have, what you're working with, right? This is like the deck of cards that you've been handed, and you're just going to play the cards as best you can. And sometimes we don't feel like we got a good deck or we got gypped or something. And just really thanking your body for doing what it's doing and just being grateful. I know some days I'll wake up and just go, thank you for allowing me to get out of bed and breathe. And because the body works hard, and if the body knows that we're grateful, it's going to keep performing. It's when we tear down the body that it will react. It will start tearing down itself, because if you're speaking negative over your body, it'll do whatever the mind tells the body to do. And so hopefully that doesn't sound too strange, but I just think we need to learn to love what we've got and make the best and, try to rise to the next level, whatever that looks like. But being grateful at the spot, wherever you are, is a good spot.
I'm really glad that you said that because for a while I was pretty good about that, and then something happened and it, fell away. And I remember what I used to do, which I'm going to start again tomorrow morning. Now that you said this, is getting dressed. You see yourself naked, and body's not perfect, but it's been around a long time. And I used to just say something about being grateful and thankful and letting go of the weight.
Yeah.
And that I appreciated my body. I mean, I've had babies, I've run marathons. I mean, I've done a lot with my body, and
Yeah. And
I
you still
appreciate
are too. I mean, you're really active. I had no idea you're kayaking and hiking and all kinds of stuff. It's great.
bicycling. Yeah. And I want to continue that. And that's why fitness is so important. And plus, I'm in the health and wellness field, as you know. So that's a piece of staying healthy because you know that our soil is not the same as what it used to be 50 years ago. So it's just about impossible to get the nutrients we need from our food. I mean, the seeds have changed, there's more toxins, all those things. So trying to figure out not only from the inside, like you're talking about mindset, and the outside, moving our bodies, and then making sure that we get the right nutrition for our bodies, which is different for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. It's a package deal. And it starts with the mind though, because if you're not lifting, being grateful for those cells that are doing everything they need to do, it's, the body just, it starts breaking down. So, but yeah, I agree. Inside out, physical, the nutritional, so important.
And now that we're moving into spring, thinking about green cleaners, because everyone's going to start spring cleaning. You
Yeah.
look out your window and you go, oh, I can't really see.
Yeah, that's right. Clean those windows. Time for a
Yeah,
cleanse, right?
exactly. Internal cleanse, cleanse for the house.
hmm
Well, Kathy, in the minute that we have left, is there anything else that you want to say?
Just keep moving. Whatever you're doing, find something you love for one thing and do it. And then if you've got issues, get help. People like Robin, myself, we just love helping people get moving or get up. And sometimes it's you don't have the energy. Did you know moving will give you energy? And that was my excuse. I was too tired to move. And especially when I had those twins, I didn't want to move. But little did I know, moving was the answer to the energy problem, the lack of energy that I had. So, anyway, yeah, just keep moving, find out what you like, and just don't stop.
Well, and I think you've got a good point about finding what you like. That's really the key. I mean, if you have a best friend who's a runner and you hate running, don't try to do that.
Yeah,
Go walk instead. I mean, whatever it is that you enjoy. It's such a good point.
definitely.
But Kathy,
Yeah.
I'm watching the clock and I appreciate you giving us all your time, and I think that we need to end.
Well, thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Oh, well, good. Thanks.